Hello, dear people who are watching or listening to our show. And our show is, of course, The Funky Tracks. It's still brand new as this is only episode number 2. And my special guest today is Chef, aka Koarse. Big applause.
I'm here.
You are here. Welcome to the show. So let's see how long we'll manage to entertain each other with some music. We don't know what music we've brought, so it's going to be a nice surprise. Very curious what you've brought. Have you brought nice music or only terror?
I've actually brought like nice music.
That's cool.
Because I was like, okay, we're not playing a set. Like people might listen back to this on their phone. It's like, okay, let's not do stuff that's only like works if you play it really loud.
Yeah, I think that's a good approach, for sure. Okay, let's just start. Actually, I've started already because this tune is playing from my phone, and this is called Pre-Drinks. So,
cheers.
Here's to a good show. And it's by an artist called Nostalgia.
That sounds very earnest.
Yeah, it's very earnest. But it's actually a new project from an artist I've been following for a longer time. I don't know if you know Cellar Door. It's like a two-step artist I used to listen to a few years ago, played a few tracks by him. But now he's done with that shit, I guess. And he started some weird things on his Bandcamp. So definitely go check that out. It's still called Cellar Door Productions. This is Pre-Drinks Nostalgia. Do you ever feel that melancholy during your pre-drinks for the party?
That's like the only moment I don't feel that.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird combination. Yeah. Like cocktail party plus epic stuff. I love the sort of like Foley like recordings of like actual just like people talking to each other. And it still has that two-steppy sort of like drum thing. It does, yeah.
But it's like ambient. Very, very interesting. I wasn't entirely prepared for how intense the eye contact situation in this podcast was going to be. I was like, okay, we have a track on, and then it's just like Rick staring at me.
It's full-on intimacy.
Yeah, it's really, really intimate. Also, because with the headphones, like Rick's voice is just like here.
I think this one's almost done now, yeah.
Sick. Let's see if I have something that like slightly, like fits for this, or like adds on to the end of this. Okay, sick. A few weeks ago, I sort of rediscovered or did like a deep dive into Amon Tobin's back catalog, because I was very familiar with his like recent work and with, well, some of the Foley Room stuff. But mostly with like 2 fingers and like the collabs with Noize and Ivy Lab and stuff like that. But I knew there was more. I just never really took the time to get into that. So this is music from like the year I was born. And that's, to me, always really weird. Because for me, to a certain degree, there's always this weird, like, dumb perception that I've always tried to challenge, that I have in my head, that like interesting sound design music has only existed for like 20 years. But that's not true. And here's proof. Yes, but this blew me away when I heard it first time. I was like, oh, this is really, really wild.
But yeah, when you're talking interesting sound design, Amon Tobin definitely comes to mind directly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the drum work in this is like insane.
Jazz, basically.
Yeah. But it has like this crazy tension because of like those long re-spaces and that.
What I really like about a lot of those older kind of drum and bass music is that nowadays you also have always have those sidechained kicks to the bass. The kicks were really not deep at all. They were just hovering above the bass.
Yeah,
basically.
just the drums generally are more like this high-end thing.
Floating.
Yeah.
I really like that. Have you ever seen one of his live shows?
Videos of it.
Videos.
Never, I would have loved to see that. Did you?
Yeah, I've been to his ISAM show.
Oh, I'm jealous.
2011, I think. Klokgebouw Eindhoven.
That's crazy.
Aphex Twin was also playing there.
Yo, what a lineup. that's, oh, I'm so jealous. But yeah, it's very rare also to encounter like drum work like this in modern productions. Because it's just, everything needs to be super tight and loud nowadays. And this is just very
snappy,
jazzy in a way where it's just like... So yeah, beautiful stuff, I think. And also it takes its time with the atmosphere, which I think is great.
through jungle.
Yeah. For real. There's a lot of those sounds like all throughout this album. It's like sounds like birds.
Yeah. So, from what year is this?
This is 97.
97. Wow.
Yeah. Like imagine making this on the equipment available at the time. Like that's what's always like most fascinating to me about this stuff is like you really did that with I don't even know what sort of like computer and recording hardware you had at the time, but it was limited. And you made music that like was computer made but sounds this natural. Really, really cool. Does one of my favorite musical things as well, where you like introduce elements and then like do a sort of exposition of them one at a time, and then at the end you just put everything on top of each other and it works. Like,
good luck with your master balance, though.
Yeah, exactly. And also here's like a really nerdy thing again, but you would never make a track like this nowadays because there's two bass patterns that are playing at the same time. You wouldn't do that.
Illegal.
That's against the rules. That's against the rules of making stuff loud and club compatible.
You would get fined nowadays.
Yeah.
You will get sued.
Labels would hunt you down, not in order to release it, but in order to make sure that they never release something you made ever again.
Oh, yes. Let's go further back in time even. This is 1991. So it's true house music from the early days. It's Dutch, and it's also a track with Dutch vocals.
Okay, that's wild.
So house with Dutch vocals is quite rare, I think.
Yeah.
Especially this old school. So I think it's really refreshing.
Het liedje in mijn hoofd, ik raak het maar niet kwijt. Het ritme in mijn hart is where the music start. Ik moet worden bevrijd. Heb er iemand tijd? Of zeg jij ook altijd, ik heb van alles spijt. Set me free.
Dat is Engels.
Dat is Engels.
Set me free. Set me free.
So it's by Fierce Ruling Diva.
Yeah.
Do you know the guys?
No.
It's Flamman and Abraxas.
Yes.
Also known as the Party Animals.
No way.
Yes way.
Yes way. It's actually kind of funny because when you say something like that, suddenly like I can hear stuff in it that would connect those, right? Like you feel like, oh yeah, maybe that's just how they do their drums, or like that's how they pan stuff.
Ik hoor nog steeds die stemmen, zo gonzend door mijn kop. Wie kan mij een beetje temmen?
Oh yeah.
Ik hoor nog steeds die stemmen, zo gonzend door mijn kop. Wie kan mij een beetje temmen?
So funky.
Yeah. Like it grooves really well.
But the sounds themselves are so simple.
Yeah, but at the same time like textured enough that it works.
With a nice Blondie sample, of course.
Yeah, like the way that's sampled and like how roomy that sample is and the rest of the track kind of isn't, is like, it makes it sound like very Blawan-esque.
Ah, yeah. It's also almost in key.
It's almost in key.
Wie kan mij een beetje temmen? Ik hoor nog steeds die stemmen, zo gonzend door mijn kop. Wie kan mij een beetje
yeah, that fierce ruling diva.
Okay.
Allemaal.
Allemaal. Damn, I definitely feel included in that. What a vibe.
It is.
What an energy. I love stuff like this. I also like have a little bit of a fascination with music that sounds like this produced around the time. Also because of like the subtle, weird sort of like texture stuff that's like in it. And it's like really subtle like imperfections and stuff that makes this music like glue together and like hold.
Yeah.
Because if you try to make stuff like this and you make it like all digitally, it's actually really hard to make it sound half as fun as like this, because you can just make it way too clean. And you actually need to sort of like find a way in order to make the samples like sound dirty and make it sound like it's shifting around itself.
Yeah, so that's actually one of the big things that plugins sell themselves on, is like, you have this analog knob that puts everything a little out of place, or that shifts the phase all the time.
Yeah, that just makes it wonky.
Yeah.
Because like back in the day, they were all like, oh God, I have to deal with all this analog garbage again. I have to deal with this noise and everything shifting, and oh no.
And now we miss it.
Now we need to go from everything sounding too good and making it sound bad intentionally in order to just like retain the vibe. And back then it was the complete opposite pursuit, where it's like, we have too much vibe, we have an excess of vibe, and we need to make this sound listenable. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just kind of like trying to make a bridge here to something else, because I listen to a lot of stuff like, well, not directly like this, but like from this era, and what I mostly listen to is stuff from like R&S Records, because of, well, the absolutely insanely good back catalog of that label.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And that also ties to like that texture thing. Like all those old records, one of the things they sort of excel at is like this super rich textured production. And I actually have like a fairly recent R&S Records release in this list, which is one of my favorite tracks of all time, probably.
Already?
Yes, and I'm not going to say what it is, but you probably recognize it the second I put it on. So
let's go.
way too good.
Am I being mistaken, or is this one of those DjRUM tracks?
It is. Yeah. An actual modern day electronic music, like genius.
Yeah.
Like just general innovator and someone who just has a completely unique perspective.
Yeah, I think also with the tracks he did in this style, he inspired many, especially within drum and bass scene. Also you.
I'm one of these people.
Clearly. Yeah. Like those straight beats, but not in your face.
Yeah.
Super atmospheric.
Yeah, I know this was also like a huge influence for like a bunch of friends I have in the scene, like Imanu and Bunshin. Like they were really big on this track as well.
Yeah.
But it's such a wonderful juxtaposition to have this like almost techno with like a K-esque beat within this like super spacious like world of sound that you're like enveloped in, and this like really direct driving kick drum rhythm just through the middle of it.
Yeah.
It's an incredibly beautiful thing, and it just sounds like the atmosphere of this track sounds so rich and so deep. It's an incredibly beautiful thing, I think. And also this is like weird like halftime switch at the end. Also, if you can ever like witness a drum like play somewhere, like do like a DJ set somewhere, go see it. It's different. The dude does some completely mad things with turntables. Like in a way that's like, it's turntablism, but it's not turntablism in the sort of flexing sort of way, but it's turntablism in the making collage art with sound. And I think that's really unique. I saw a set by him like last summer, and it was really interesting because there was like a little part where I like took a break to go like have a drink like at the festival, and I was like outside the stage, and there was like a lot of like beats and bass for a while, and then there was just like no bass and no drums for like 5 minutes to 10 minutes. Oh yeah, the drums are back.
The drums are back. But we were still talking about DjRUM.
Yeah.
And I also saw him live at some Draaimolen event. I don't know. But there was a live performance also.
Oh shit.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is a track by me. And dude, it's released recently on the Funky Cat label. And I just love how effective of a club track this turned out to be. Like all the rhythms fall together for a really great rolling bass. Now give me a beat.
Oh yeah.
Little shaker thing going on.
I also love the variability in the kick drum tail. It's like slightly different.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a bass line with some weird bubbling effect on it.
Yeah.
It's just also panning around a bit.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like spacious.
And this is just hardcore.
You know we love that.
Give me a beat.
vocals are like the secret to making tracks like this. Like really, you know?
Yeah, the vocals also being used really rhythmically in this one. Like, hey, step back.
Yeah.
Keep the motherfucking beat.
Yeah.
It's like also dragging in the beat.
Driving.
Yeah,
sick.
But yeah, vocals. They're such a most of my tracks are with vocals for sure. Yeah. It's just that extra human factor that ups the what's in the English? Je aangesproken voelen.
Oh yeah, engaged. It makes you like engaged with the material.
It does. On a human level.
Yeah.
Keep the motherfucking beat.
Certain types of vocals also just make shit sound like cool as hell. Right? Like it just...
Now give me a beat.
The extra filter thing.
Yeah.
The toms.
Keep the motherfucking beat.
Yeah, it's always so much fun to work together with Kedda, with Dude in the studio. And we actually have more tracks coming up. Also,
In this style.
Well, definitely a bit more clubby than you might have been used from us together. I mean, if you listen to Hallucinalians, for example, it's this crazy trip, and this is more straightforward club music, of course. But yeah, more is coming up from us, and it's gonna be really nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. If I hear this, I'm like, yo, this is going in the DJ bag.
Yeah, right.
I'm playing that out. Okay, so again, just like going on with the conversation thing, I found this just like some serious fucking TikTok music. I'm not joking and not exaggerating. This is some music that only exists because of short form video content. And for all the horror and destruction that has brought our world, this is a wonderful byproduct. This is some weird shit. This, I have no idea almost how to classify this. It's like lo-fi up-tempo hardcore funk techno. It makes no sense. The mixdown's weird as hell.
Send help.
Yeah. You're gonna need help with this one, because this is some seriously badly mixed shit, and none of it like is by any traditional sense what I would consider quality, but it bangs so goddamn hard. Like, this track is so much fun. It's just been on repeat ever since I found it. So yeah, I'll put that on. Shit, put me in Fortnite real quick.
You can't do that. Where in the what's happening? Right? Stereo bass. it works.
Yeah, like it hits. If you can enlighten us on what this is and why it works, send us an email. Hit our line. I want to talk about this at length.
What the hell?
But it's also one of those examples of like, if your vocal has like flow and like rhythm, and you know how to utilize that, it almost doesn't matter what you put around it.
Yeah, but honestly, the kick rolls were really good too.
Yeah, the kick rolls are fun as hell, and just sort of like borderline ambient up tempo is like a vibe or something. Just having those types of kicks, but like spacious.
Yeah, it is a vibe. It is vibe. Actually, when listening to a lot of up tempo, it's so abrasive.
Yeah,
it's so ear fatiguing, you know, and this helps. Like the lo-fi aesthetic really helps to keep into a more gentle, bouncy mood or something.
Yeah.
Instead of that, it feels like your brains are being sawn
in half. Yeah.
or in
like
more pieces, you know, sideways. Anyways, was it you who didn't like psytrance?
Yeah, that's absolutely me. Number one psytrance hit. It's not true, by the way. I can tolerate some psytrance. But
So, what is it that you don't like about psytrance?
the extreme meandering.
Yeah.
The sometimes seeming inability for producers in the genre to make a point with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I totally agree there. And that's also what's exactly not the purpose of that kind of music. And that annoys the hell out of me. But I can also really appreciate it, how it's most of the psytrance is a soundtrack for the festivals it's being played at. It's not for the music itself. It's just a soundtrack to the experience, to the bigger thing happening. And that's what really made me understand it more. But also, I still really dislike it in many ways. But I also love it. It's crazy. But there are some tracks that are more conceptual and do more interesting things. And one of those tracks is this one. It's by Captain Kirk. It's called Creepy Crawly. And I think it's a very fitting title to this one.
I'm excited.
You're excited. So right now it's still meandering and not really going nowhere. There are many tracks that are just keep doing this forever.
Yeah.
But this one makes a nice and interesting turn at some point.
I'm excited. I'm always excited to be proven wrong about music. I'm serious about that too. That absolutely is Darth Vader.
Crawly, creepy 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 crawly.
Really good choice for trying to get me to like stuff like this.
I know, right?
I absolutely love riffs that do this.
feels like all these insects crawling over your body or something.
Yeah.
A lot of legs.
In that sense, it does feel like day 3 at a Psytrance festival.
Night 3.
Yeah, night 3. Your tent's been stolen. Or there's a cuddle puddle in your tent and you don't feel intent on joining it. So you're sleeping out in the bush.
How it goes. I mean, it's still Psytrance.
Yeah.
It's still meandering.
Absolutely.
It still doesn't really make a point or have some climax or go somewhere, but it's so entertaining in the moment. And I think that's kind of the experience you have to be after. It's like... Crazy.
You know what's the thing that I've always really like appreciated about Psytrance like this is like how insanely precisely engineered it is.
Yeah, it's the sound design is amazing, especially in this one. It feels very intentional.
Yeah,
and that's something that can also
because that's the thing I dislike a lot about Psytrance is just like, okay, we've got this fucking kick and bass thing that we spend 5 days perfectly fine-tuning so that it sounds exactly like everything else. And then we just put a bunch of random sounds with a lot of delay over it, and that's the track. But like this is a lot more fun in that regard.
It do be like that.
It do be like that. But like every genre has stuff like that where it's like...
Absolutely. So yeah, if you want some more interesting Psytrance, this one was by Captain Kirk. I know he has more interesting tunes, so definitely go check that out.
Absolutely.
And what you've got next for us?
A toilet break. Back from the break. Oh, readjust the headphones. Okay, right. This was at the time, I think this was like 2014 or 2015, way too advanced for the UKF dubstep compilation that it landed on. Everyone in the comments of this fucking upload on UKF was like, where's the screechy shit? Where's the Dr. P Flux Pavilion pipe, you feel me? But this track actually stood the test of time ridiculously well, while almost everything else on that compilation you would never play in a set anymore.
Impressive.
Yeah. It's like 10 years old almost at this point. It still sounds futuristic. So here is Bare Noise, Dire.
Bare Noise. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Nice and minimal.
Incredibly well engineered as well.
Yeah, super tight.
Yeah. And you can also completely tell how nobody at the time like understood what this was going for.
Definitely not, no.
This is one of those ones where you're like too avant-garde to like get any props for it. Yeah, and I also want to do like a shout out to how incredibly good like the more atmospheric and spacious stuff in the breakdown is. Stuff like this, just like these sounds are so
super moody.
Yeah, it's very, very, very well done. I'm a very big fan of this track.
Very nice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And did you see that new Feed Me release popping up?
I did see it popping up. I didn't have time to check it out yet.
Wow.
Feed Me is one of my favorite producers of all time. I think you know that.
Let's listen to it then.
Let's go.
So Feed Me is also known as
Spore.
Spore.
It's hard to pinpoint exactly. I started noticing gaps in my memory a few months ago. I can't recall specific events, conversations, even entire days. I can't remember anything unusual. It's like parts of me are just dark.
Right? Drops are amazing.
That's so sick.
It is. I didn't really expect a track like this from Feed Me.
Yeah. Yeah, but like it isn't that out of line with like a lot of stuff from like the Giant Warrior EP and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's super sick.
So this one's called Hyper Harmonic.
Sick.
So what's your favorite Feed Me tracks?
I mean, purely for nostalgia reasons, it would have to be Grand Theft Ecstasy. Like that one's huge for me. Also Lonely Mountain and Patience, which I've like opened the first mix I've ever done for the Funky Cat with. Yeah, that's for the like Funky Cat radio show.
Awesome.
My first mix. Yeah, and like his style of production has like influenced literally everything I've ever done. Because this stuff is the reason I started producing music in the first place.
Okay,
Yeah, as an incredibly huge fan of everything touched by John. And I was actually incredibly nervous because I once played a show with him and I was really scared of meeting him. Because I was like, I've already met like so many people, but this is the one that mattered most to me. This was the one person that if it was in any way awkward or like any sort of tension, that it would have like absolutely ruined my entire year.
Yeah, but they always say don't meet your heroes,
exactly,
right? So how did that go then?
He was super friendly. We just had a really nice conversation for half an hour, and it was super nice. Yeah, it was actually ridiculously chill. So that was the biggest feeling of relief in my entire life.
Yeah.
That was a sort of tension that I was feeling like, oh, I'm going to run into this person and I can't have it happen that I don't click with them.
Yeah.
Just one of those people where it's like, I couldn't deal with that because I would just listen to that music that much.
Yeah.
That entire first album is just like magic to me still, even though it has a lot of like that sound from that time.
Yeah. The EDM sound.
But like the way he did it or approached it was so intentional and musical and personal that I think it still holds up.
Yeah,
So,
like very authentic kind of music. Yeah,
yeah, and also just like incredibly technical in a way as well.
Yeah,
like a really crazy keyboard solos and stuff like that. It was just like, but in a way where it doesn't feel forced, which is really difficult to pull off. So yeah, mad amount of respect for one of the legends of our scene.
Feed me. So next up,
another legend to me, someone who I've always hugely admired for his production style, and someone who I kind of hope comes back with more music in this vein, but I'm not sure because he mostly just seems to be touring and playing really big techno events and just doing the sort of slightly more generic thing there. This is I Hate Models. And this is Totsuka no Tsurugi. I'm not pronouncing that right. I know for sure. But this is from, the EP of the same name, I think. And this is one of my favorite works of electronic music. It's super romantic. It's super moody. It's super industrial. And I think it's super special. So let's go.
The peak I Hate Models time.
Yeah.
Miss it.
Same.
Miss it.
It has such a atmosphere to it.
Yeah, and I really remember when he started releasing his first.
Hey, where'd you go? Hey, what happened? That's weird. That must be a Bluetooth issue. Spooky.
Way back though.
We're back. We're so back. Okay, this breakdown, important.
Let it go spontaneous.
this track does a lot of the things that I wish the modern techno scene would embrace a lot more, which is just kind of this world building and this sort of painting a picture of something.
Yeah.
And I think that's what allows it to also keep its like hard-hitting edges like very stylistic and meaningful. Like this hits so much harder because of that juxtaposition and because it has this atmosphere.
Yeah, I kind of feel a lot of pain in this one.
Yeah.
A very intense experience of pain.
Yeah. There's a lot of misery described in this track, and a lot of suffering. And I think that's what's always been this person's strength and like the way they make music.
But what's really interesting, like he doesn't release new tracks, but he does play some of my music.
Yeah.
But my old music.
Yeah.
Like some stuff I released as Geck-o, my experimental alias back in the days. But interestingly enough, it's also one of the tracks he plays has a lot of pain in it.
Yeah.
A lot of pain. So I can see why it resonates with him. But it's so fascinating to me that someone would go through my 2010 discography right now and play it at like EDC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, but also weird.
Yeah, and that's also what I found like really interesting about the few sets of his that I saw, which were like more around this era, is that there were so many weird like deep cuts being played and so many like strange, again, almost like collage art sort of pieces where it's just trying to invoke this mood of like suffering in the modern age or something. I think his music does insanely well. I remember I saw him playing at the Basis here in Utrecht. He did like an all-night set and he played for like 8 hours straight. Like he was supposed to stop at 7.
With the mask on?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he just continued like until they like practically had to pull him away from performing. And the most interesting parts of those sets were like the tracks that most of the crowd wasn't particularly excited about. So like not the hard-hitting techno stuff, but like he played some like weird broken beat industrial hardcore stuff in like 5/4 with a Biggie Smalls a cappella over it and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, this is some of the most inventive stuff. And
sounds like your jam.
Yeah, and I would really, really love it if he, like made another album or something. And just like exploring those feelings more and exploring his incredibly unique perspective. Because it is very deeply emotionally evocative.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, turn it up. Turn it up. That texture.
So good. Brilliant.
Yes, please. But up next, I also have this techno artist. Well, it's a duo with also quite a unique sound, which I really love a lot. It's Blame the Mono. You know them?
I don't.
You know,
I'm excited.
Definitely, I think you'll like it. The production is really very smooth and I don't know, very modern for techno standards, I would say, with a lot of unique features. This one's called London Accent, and it's the Kneebreaker mix. So let's fucking go.
Let's go.
It's a shame.
This does everything I want it to do and more. This is stellar.
But yeah, really blame the mono.
Yeah.
Go check them out. They have
for sure.
a lot of awesome music. They regularly release some EPs. Really, really cool.
So sick. Yeah, this is the type of like super driving sort of techno stuff that I get really excited about.
Yeah, right?
Just energy.
So what's up next?
What's up next?
Well, I got some track that's an experience.
Oh, yeah. Panning.
It's called Happy Ending by Eliminate.
This is by Eliminate.
By Eliminate.
Holy shit.
Happy Ending.
Because I know him from like the mid-tempo res type stuff.
Ah, well. This is something different. And those glitches kind of remind me of noise controllers, you know?
Yeah.
But more high-end.
Oh my god, the Cats, Jets and Breaks track. Yeah.
All those I just love it. It's fucking with reality or something.
Yeah, it's that fourth wall breaking.
Exactly, yeah.
And also the harmonies are gorgeous.
Yeah.
The harmonies.
Yeah.
Something I'm really bad at, but I have a huge appreciation for. Well, you have to be honest here. You know, you play into your strengths. You know your weaknesses. And one of my weaknesses is this track by Charlotte Gainsbourg. And this track, I think, genuinely might have the most beautiful harmonies of anything ever. Why ever write anything melodic after this has been made? Because this is, it's just, you know, you can the song just does the same thing for pretty much most of the runtime, and it's fine because it's the prettiest thing ever. So yeah, let's go.
think it's fascinating how it gives you this pleasure and then keeps you hanging.
Yeah. And just the timing of those chords is so...
From this day forward, the better for us until death do us part.
Also, this really soothing voice, but I cannot make out anything she says.
Yeah.
No idea.
It truly is something else. I think this track has a sort of magic to it that I don't know if you could ever recreate something like that.
Oh yes.
Let's just do one more lap of this because it doesn't get old.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So by who was this again?
This is Charlotte Gainsbourg, and this was produced by Sebastian.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this has like a French house origin, which you can also kind of hear in like the bass line parts.
Yeah.
I actually have no idea how this came upon my path, but I'm glad it did. And all I can think is like, this is what euphoric hardstyle needs. I don't know why I'm making that connection, but I genuinely believe that way. Like,
yeah. I can see what you mean. But definitely a bit more of that time it took to open up or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Playing with expectations in like a non-cheap way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very.
I like it. Let's move on to the next one. It's kind of well, you hear what it is. Come on.
Let's go.
It's a track by X-Coast and TDJ.
Sick. It's a name I've been seeing a lot.
Yeah, definitely for this type of music. They're some of the best at it. It just takes a lot of those typical tropes, but uses it in such a nice way.
Yeah,
very pleasing.
Yeah, rhythmically it's very tight as well. Yeah. Yes. This one was called Miles Away, X-Coast and TDJ. A really nice fusion of their sounds. Yeah, for sure. Nice.
Yeah.
That also inspired me to pick one of the things from my short list, which also has some acquaintance to cheese, but does something really interesting with it. Do you know Ina, who made the track Halt?
Yeah.
She's still active. She still does stuff.
Yeah.
And that sound, right, from like those tracks for me is very much like what I associate with like the mid of the 2000 to 2010 era.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just like that sort of like dance sound with those like sort of like pluck basses and something particular about that style I've always kind of liked. Has a sort of grooviness to it, sort of funness, but also
very
a sort
funky
of sexiness to it.
Yeah.
But also a sort of slightly sleazy sexiness to it, which I associate with like Ibiza and stuff like that. She's still doing that stuff, and I decided to kind of check into like her latest album, and she has like a track on there which does that, but does it with like 808s and break beats.
Okay.
So it's still very much that style, but really different. And I thought that was really interesting because it's actually like, you know, you can play this in sets and people would be like, yo, what's that? So there we go. Yeah.
Drive on a highway. I think I don't like it. How my body's fighting for you. I don't wanna hide it. We should get lost in the beat of the night of your life. We should get lost in the beat of the night of your life. Life goes. Seasons come and seasons go. Life got me out of control. I thought I should let you know. I know things I shouldn't know. Maybe I could let it go. I thought I should let you know. We should get lost. Get lost.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Quite sick, actually.
Promise I won't leave. Keep you here next to me.
It's a very interesting way for this music to sort of mature or something.
Yeah.
Really unexpected. Like I came across this and I was like, yo, that's kind of sick.
Get lost in the beat of the night of your life. We should get lost in the beat of the night of your life. Life goes. Seasons come and seasons go. Life got me out of control. I thought I should let you know. I know things I shouldn't know. Maybe I could let it go. I thought I should let you know. We should get lost. Get lost. We should get lost. Get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally works.
Yeah. And
Very unexpected, and it's still very inna.
Yeah.
That feeling. It's summer. That's for sure. The sun shines in this song.
yeah, but it's also melancholic.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there is a type of loveliness that I found in this, which I was not expecting.
Yeah.
I was just sort of like, oh, whoa, crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and let's stay on the lovely vibes, or at least on the melodic vibes,
Hell yeah.
because I got a new release coming up at the end of this month. You remember I did a release on the French label Dopamine Wifi.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who could forget that cover art?
Yeah, you know, right? So another one of those cover arts is coming up.
Oh yeah, I'm super stoked about that part already.
Yeah.
So let's.
And I know this is a track people have been waiting for quite a while already. I've been playing it out for some time, and it's called Master Tempo. And it gets straight to the point.
This one, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the one that goes. People always come up to me saying that. dark twists.
You know I love a re-space.
Love how you can totally turn a melody upside down by changing the bass note under it.
For sure.
Like this. One that goes is finally coming out at the end of this month
it's
on
happening.
Dopamine Wi-Fi. Geck-o Master Tempo. Of course, it's named after the infamous knob on the CDJs.
I wouldn't have expected any different, honestly. Yo, I thought I was gonna have too many tracks. Now it feels like I don't have enough. I'm gonna go into other playlists and be like, okay, yo, what's up there? What's happening?
Find it good shit for us.
Yeah. Let's see if I have some by... Yeah. Okay, so this is by someone who I'm currently like working with a lot. Because he has a vision, and I like that vision a lot. This is Imminent by Newton. So, huge fan of this.
Yeah, totally sounds like your jam. Absolutely. Yeah.
So big fan of the energy.
So you say you're working together with this guy?
On a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
And well, we got a really good click going in the studio and just generally becoming friends. So that's always a good sign.
Good stuff. Yeah.
So sometimes you listen to someone's music and you just go, you know what? I think we think about life the same way.
Yeah. Right.
And I really had that with this. So turned out to actually be true. So that's nice.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Next up, I got a tune by LDS. And I really like what LDS is doing. It's like, what can techno be? And how far can you rip it apart? And I would say this one is not one of the craziest, but one of the most I love this one the most, probably.
Yo. Just that already.
Just that. It's by LDS and the tune is called Kissed_VF in capitals. So of course, try to find it. Good luck.
Try to find it. Absolutely not so search optimized. That's how you know it's real techno if it's not search optimized.
Untitled 1.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an actual track and it's good. It's true. It's true. No lies there.
Okay, so this sounds a lot scarier than it is.
What?
Okay. So this track is called MIDI is Sexy by MIDI, M1DI. It's 400 BPM.
400
BPM.
Wow.
And it's a lovely thing. I wish it was like slightly tighter in the way it was arranged, because then in like the way it was engineered, because otherwise I could play it out. Because I've tried playing it out and it just like it's too fast.
Oops.
And not because it's too fast, but just because the engineering just can't keep up with how fast it is. So if it was like super modern, it could be the insanest closing track, because it has so much energy, but like not in the sort of like super aggressive way you're expecting, but just in the like, we're having a good time here way. So without further ado, M1DI is Sexy. Yo.
MIDI sexy.
You know the track is fast when like 200 BPM feels slow. This build-up also like just incredible. The energy.
Let you have it, the way that you flash it, the way that you dash it, and the way that you catch it. We don't see promoter no money where you cash it. Take one notice if you want money that you pay.
Some truly visionary stuff here, and I'm very serious about this. This is so sick.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, it just never fails to get me really hyped up. Yeah, super nice. Because quite often, like, super high BPM music feels more in like a sort of exercise to see how far you can go.
Yeah.
And very far removed from making something fun to listen to.
Yeah.
But this is nothing but fun.
Just party.
Yeah.
Would you hear this at Bangface?
If you would hear it anywhere, it would be there, yes.
I thought so. Okay, let's go a bit more gentle back in BPM.
I know who made this.
Okay, who did it?
It's the person that we hang out with a lot.
We definitely hang out with him a lot.
Yeah.
Shout out to the dude.
The one and only.
This track is about his deeply moving affection. HDMA. No, it's called My Deeply Moving Affection. Figure out the abbreviation yourself.
I hadn't even figured that out, so go figure.
There you go. Talking about beautiful melodies and harmonies.
Yo, this
one
one's
is
so nice.
Another level.
Yeah.
So unique.
Most incredible feeling. It was just like fantastic. I just felt like everything was perfect. I had this overwhelming desire to go around this club telling everybody how much I loved them. go around this club telling everybody how much I love them.
Yeah, just wholesome music.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Aside from like the harmonic stuff's great, but like so sick how consistently like tight everything Geck-o makes is.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just sounds like a bomb going off in the club in like in the positive, loving sense of it.
That kick and bass, man.
That kick and bass, like always. Like I remember absolutely falling in love with his type of engineering at like your all night event when you at the end like you play together.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh yeah, this is how club stuff should sound.
Yeah.
The super precise kick drum transients.
And in this track, I also really love the lead synth.
Yeah.
It's so lush.
Yeah.
I think that's the right word.
And it sort of like expands.
It expands. Yeah, like when it drops, it's like onderhands.
Yeah, it's
is there an English term for that?
I don't know. It starts really subtle and then it just becomes this bigger thing.
Yeah.
Which I think is fantastic. Here's something, I guess, strange, but I think it's one of the more beautiful things ever made. Extremely underwritten. This entire producer is one of the most underrated, just people in the entirety of music, in my humble opinion.
And who are we talking about?
We're talking about Jasper. We're talking about Former.
Yep.
Yeah, just a visionary in my opinion. Both like visual, but also in everything he does with music. And this is the vocal pass of Edge Mecha, which is, I don't know, just so beautiful and so strange. And one of my favorite things ever made, probably. So let's go.
My God.
Yeah, I understand that this might not be for everyone, but I genuinely think this is such a unique exploration of like harmony also within harmonics, within singing, and within like a chord, and then just moving between these parts of the spectrum, and stellar.
Absolutely.
Truly.
Absolutely. So yeah, former. Yeah, super happy. We had him at the Funky Cat playing.
Yeah.
Such an awesome set.
Yeah.
You can check the recording on our SoundCloud, of course.
Check out all his music.
Do it.
It's brilliant. It's really dark and moody, but it's brilliant.
Yeah, truly next level production. Also really trying out new techniques.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff I'd never heard before.
Yeah.
I think we have time for like one more track per person.
Yep. Do it.
Okay, let's start with Thijs, his new remix for Hudson, Mohawke, and Nikki, Nair. Set the Roof. Well, set the roof. What? Let's hear what they
have to say.
It's definitely one for the clubs. Thijs Unleashed.
Sit in the hip like when the tip sit in the hip like whenever you tip them all got to sit in the hip like whenever you tip them all sit in the hip like whenever you tip them all got to sit in the hip like sit whenever you tip them all got to sit in the hip like whenever you tip them all got to sit in the hip like whenever you tip them all sit in the hip like whenever you tip them all.
That the clap is like hard left.
Yeah, absolute party tune, this one.
So much fun.
Yeah, Thijs has been having a lot of fun lately.
You can tell. You can tell.
I really dig it. Okay, one last tune.
Oh god, it's
Koarse. What's coming up next?
I originally didn't have this in my list, even though I should have. I would put this entire album in this list if I could, but there's just so much music to talk about. So, you know. This is Eprom, of course.
Yeah.
One of my favorite producers.
How could you forget?
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
But you didn't.
Well, there was something else by him in the playlist, but I decided to switch it out for this one. This track. Just, I really long build up, insane post drum and bass climax. So good. Let's go.
Post drum and bass.
Way beyond.
Make you wanna do right, make you wanna do wrong. Make you come alive. Make you stand alone. Oh, baby. Love and happiness. Make you wanna do right, make you wanna do wrong. Make you come alive. Make you stand alone. Make you wanna do right, make you wanna do wrong. Make you come alive. Make you stand alone.
Eprom.
Something else.
Something
Truly.
else. Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
Oh.
Damn. Yeah, I remember first time I heard this man's music, I think it was Hurricane.
Probably.
Yeah, man. Pushing the boundaries of what's possible with sound.
Yeah. Some truly wonderful stuff. And what I love about this is that it's like taking a lot of known tropes from these genres and like pushing it to a type of future that other people are not imagining for it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's doing a storytelling thing with it. It's creating a world in a sort of neuromancer inspired sort of way, and that's a book that you should read if you haven't read it. It has probably the best opening line of any book ever. And everything that Eprom does feels almost sort of like a reference to that sort of literature. So super sick.
Yeah, super sick. Wow. Post drum and bass is really a good term for it. But yeah, I guess that brings us to the end of the show.
Goodbye, everyone.
For all people watching on YouTube.
Thank you so much for checking in.
You can see us waving. It's way too short.
Yeah, we could do this for days, probably.
Yeah. Do I take it? You'll be back sometime? Yeah.
I'd love to.
I'd enjoy that. So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone here present, give it up for Koarse.
Thank you. Super glad to be here.
It's been a pleasure. Famous last words?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?